Okay, so today's lesson is going to be about Reconstruction, okay? But before we go into Reconstruction, we need to discuss things that went on before Reconstruction. Can anybody tell me what went on before Reconstruction? Alicia?
The Civil War.
Okay. What was the Civil War?
A fight against the North and the South.
Okay. It was a fight against North and South, and it was about what?
Slavery.
Okay, what about slavery?
To abolish slavery.
It's we wanted to keep it.
Yeah, the South wanted to keep it. The North was against it.
Okay. So when you think about the Civil War, who was the president during the Civil War?
Can you refresh our memory?
Abraham Lincoln.
Abraham Lincoln. Okay? Yes. Abraham Lincoln, but he ended up being what? Assassinated. Okay? So, Civil War was a time of war, like we said, between the North and the South. And how does that lead to Reconstruction? Why do you think that would lead to Reconstruction?
They told the country.
How did they tear the country up?
By changing everything. Like, they had a lot of stuff
Like
that
the
they had to
amendments and stuff like
rearrange.
that.
You had to put something in place to help build
To
the
fix
country.
with the problem.
Okay. That's a good explanation. So what were some things that you think that we will have to change? Like what would have to be put in place for things to get better? Diamond. Laws. Okay. So before we move on, I want you to write down everything on your KWL chart. You know that the KWL chart is used to put down things that you may know about Reconstruction, okay? Because our lesson is going to be about Reconstruction. So today's lesson is going to be about how the Civil War led to Reconstruction, okay? So when you think about those, then you have what I want to know. What would you like to know about Reconstruction? Can you fill that out? And then we can discuss it, okay? Okay, so before we move forward, we're gonna look over the subtitles, the topics, through your little packet booklet on pages 34 through 39. And we're gonna just briefly look through it. We're not gonna because we've already read some of this before. So right now, we just want to look through it, okay? So when you're looking at it, the subtitles, what do you see?
Politics.
Okay. What else?
Economic structure.
Farming. Industry.
So before reading, what do you already know? Like, what is this going to be about?
Government.
The government. Okay? And how do we know that it's going to be about the government?
Politics.
And what is politics? Government. What about, you said economics. What is that?
Money.
Money. So we got government, money, and what else? Industry. What is that?
Business.
Job, businesses. Okay? So from that, moving forward, the objective of this lesson was explain how American society has been impacted by the entry of more women, minorities, and immigrant workers in the U.S., okay? So you know that when Civil War went on, even before the Civil War, during the industrialization period, we had a lot of what? Immigrants to come into the United States. And all the immigrants went in what direction of the U.S.? North. Good job, Kiki. Why did they go north?
Better jobs.
For jobs. Everything was about jobs, and everything is about making money. And where did the war, the slaves, where did they want to also go?
To the north.
So that they can also try to find a what? A job. Okay, so before we move forward and with our reading and with our list, we're gonna watch this quick video. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Where the president can decide his investment selection of something and do something. Well, the president does it. That means that it is nothing. The great I ask for your because people have got to know whether or not their president's a crook. Well, I'm not a crook. I shall be are going to be messy. You don't have Nixon to kick around anymore.
Welcome back, class. I'm Mr. Vess, and that was Richard Nixon done to Weezer's Buddy Holly. If you liked it, why don't you click the thumbs up so I know. In fact, last video.
Okay. So that was just an introduction to Reconstruction, okay? Basically. But it went from Reconstruction all the way up to the Watergate scandal, okay? It went a little further than I anticipated, but that's fine. I just want you to get a glimpse of what we're going to be going over today, okay? So, right now I want you all to, the person beside you, I want you all to discuss what you have on your paper, okay? So, starting with what I would like to learn and what you already know.
I got the amendment for Reconstruction. The 13, 14, 15 amendment. And the 13 was abolish slavery. 14 was citizenship. And 15 right to vote on the men could vote.
I got the Reconstruction is the build up of problems. Meaning they help with problems. There's a solution.
I had pretty much what Autumn got. I said, I know about the new laws, which were the amendments put in place. They were building a new country and rebuilding the country.
Okay.
And I got the same thing I had too, the 13th and 14th Amendment.
Okay. When you think about the 13th and 14th and 15th Amendment, those were, what was the purpose of those amendments?
To fix what was going on.
Those the laws that were put in place
After the Civil War to help reconstruct who? What are we reconstructing?
The nation.
The nation, America. Okay? So this was like a new beginning for America. Anytime that we have new laws in America, we're going to have new beginnings. So we're trying to fix some things that were going on, and we're trying to make them better. So you got the 13th Amendment, which was what?
Abolish slavery.
The 14th Amendment.
Citizenship.
And the 15th Amendment.
Right to vote.
The right to vote. Okay? And when you think about these amendments, it's going to lead us into our vocabulary words. Okay, Alicia, can you pass me those sticky notes?
You don't mind exactly.
I know. And I'm going to put them on this board. So our first word would be, since we're talking about the amendments, we can say Reconstruction Amendments, okay? And we said that's the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendment. Good job. This one, you know that there's one vocabulary word that we already are familiar with, okay? What about this word? Sharecropping.
That's how like yeah, they getting their money, not their profits.
Yeah.
Okay. So it is like you have a master and you have a slave, and the slave is like kind of leasing land to be able to plant on, and they have to get some of that money to the master, like a certain percent. So there was one way that some slaves ended up staying in the South and not going to the North because they were able to sharecrop. Let's look at the word black codes. Do we remember what black codes were?
That's what slaves used,
Okay.
and they used it like
Some codes now.
like
Just refresh
you
our
know
memory.
Please.
you should say that page.
It was some almost like a law. You know, when you think about Jim Crow laws,
Black codes for laws.
Made unemployment a crime.
okay? So they kind of like, yeah, it made unemployment a crime. But in order for to know about the black code, you need to know about the Jim Crow laws, okay? What did it say about the New South?
A term that refers to the South after the Civil War as having more industry and being less dependent on agriculture.
So basically, we got what now? We left agriculture and moved to industrial. Okay, so the New South has a lot of machines, a lot of industry, basically. Right. What about freedmen? Freedmen.
Men who have been freed from slavery.
Okay.
He created schools and jobs.
Okay, created schools, jobs. What about cash crop?
A crop that is grown for the purpose of selling it.
Okay. So we gonna grow a crop then we're going to sell it. So when you think about all this stuff so far, you know that we're talking about money, jobs, and people, citizens. Okay? All of it gonna lead from one thing to the next. And every time you're thinking about a vocabulary word, you gotta think of some way how this word connects to the other word. Okay? Solid South. So we got New South. We said New South. What was Solid South?
The term that described the tendency of all southern states to vote for the Democratic Party for many years in the civil.
So now we're talking about voting. Voting for the Democratic who?
Party.
Okay. Freedmen's Bureau. We talk about the freedmen. Now we're talking about Freedmen's Bureau.
A federal agency created during Reconstruction that helped to educate free slaves.
So it's just a part of education. You know that African Americans wanted to have the right to be able to read and write. Okay, because that was one thing that we struggled with during slavery time when we were living in the South. And the people that could read, they read because a master probably allowed them to read, or they were sneaking and read, or they were stealing books, trying to teach themselves how to read. And when you think about reading, what was probably one of the first form of reading that African Americans did? What was something that they read? The Bible. Good job. Okay, Redeemer Government.
Redeemer government restored democratic governments in the South.
Okay, so it restored things, okay? The government. And the who? South. So we're basically talking about the South because the South was the reason for the what? The war. Okay, so they made a change, okay? That's when the change came about. And line system.
A way for sharecroppers to borrow money for tools or to get credit from merchants for supplies.
Okay, so we're talking about who borrowing?
The farmers, right?
Farmers, and some of the farmers were the slaves. Okay, so we're